day after the NGT paved the way for demolition of Goa pub Curlies, there is an urgent mentioning against the order before the Supreme Court of India. Curlies had recently shot into fame after the body of Sonali Fogat was found there. She was killed there, and now there are allegations that perhaps it was a murder. There were a lot of allegations of encroachment made against this pub, that they made illegal constructions without approvals. Ananya Bhatnagar is tracking this story from the Supreme Court of India. Ananya, if you're there, help us understand what exactly is the plea before the Apex Court.
Oh yes, this is an appeal, Arunima, against the orders of the National Green Tribunal, that is the NGT's Western Bench. And in fact, Huzaifah Ahmadi, the senior advocate who had mentioned this matter on behalf of Curlies, is basically arguing, and in fact, the Supreme Court just now, as we speak, has said that it cannot hear the matter on Monday, but it would take it up right now because it is pretty urgent. And in case it posts the matter for Monday, then there might be no Curlies left. So that's why the Supreme Court is currently hearing the arguments on behalf of Mr. Huzaifah Ahmadi, who's arguing for Curlies. Basically, urgent mentioning was made before a bench headed by Chief Justice of India, UU Lalit, who agreed to hear this matter right now, and the hearing is currently on into this particular matter. Mr. Ahmadi is persuading the court, in fact, to halt this demolition that is taking place. Remember that the Western Bench of the National Green Tribunal has paved the way for demolition of Curlies, founding a lot of discrepancies with regards to its construction and the land on which it has been built. So we'll have to wait and watch as to if there is some kind of a relief to the nightclub, the most popular nightclub almost of Goa. In fact, it has also shot to fame after Sonali Fogat's body was found there, and in fact, it's been suspected that it was not, in fact, a natural death, but a murder. So that being apart, now the Supreme Court is considering the matter with regards to Curlies, and we'll have to wait and watch as to what the Supreme Court says. But somewhere or the other, it is a little breather for Curlies owners, because the Supreme Court has agreed to hear the matter and is currently considering their petitions. However, what comes out of it is a matter of time, and we'll have to wait and watch as to what the Supreme Court does into this particular case.
But what exactly is the plea that Curlies is taking here? They've been accused of encroachment. They've been accused of violating environmental norms. When they've come knocking on the doors of the Apex Court, how are they defending against these charges?
Well, Arunima, what they're basically arguing is that there is a particular area that Curlies has been built on, this, which is in terms of the general perspective called the Survey 42. And basically what Mr. Huzaifah Ahmadi is arguing is that the demolition orders by the NGT have only been passed on one ground, that the Curlies owners did not join the second inspection that was ordered into this particular row that has been going on, and Curlies has been accused of encroaching on other land. So this is what Mr. Huzaifah Ahmadi is currently arguing, and just now the Supreme Court has said that it will be hearing the matter in detail, and the hearing has just begun. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what grounds would Mr. Ahmadi be putting forth in order to defend the allegations of encroachment and wrongdoings by Curlies and its owners when it comes to one of the most popular nightclubs in Goa. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what Mr. Ahmadi goes on to argue in detail, and what the Supreme Court says, particularly with regards to this demolition. Arunima.
Right, Aranya, we'll let you go so that you can get back to us about the hearing as well as what the Supreme Court finally decides on that matter.